Hello Internet Allies, how you doing? So, something that's been on my mind for quite a while and something I've been wanting to improve on for quite some time is basically the way I manage stress. Because I kind of feel like it's something that basically I'm not particularly good at, to be perfectly honest. I think this can get in the way of me sort of like enjoying myself, trying new things, basically progressing further in my life, and can sometimes even get in the way of, me making and maintaining new friendships and relationships and stuff. And what I don't want is to basically like hurt the people around me as well because I don't manage stress that well, and I think it is definitely something I need help with. Some people might think, yeah, I've got everything under control, and over the years I've developed like lots of like coping strategies. Well, to be honest, really like the only coping strategy I can really think of that has helped me is probably just basically just maturing and growing into the person I am. So growing and maturing, you like learn new things and stuff like that. You learn different ways on how to cope with different things. I just don't think I've found a way yet which helps me cope with stress. And when I say I don't cope with stress that well, it's not necessarily the sort of gradual stress. It's kind of this kind of stress where like things kind of suddenly happen and suddenly shock you and suddenly like throw you off your game, throw you off your feet and stuff like that. I think that's the kind of stress I struggle to deal with. A recent example of this that I can think of is even though me and Kieran, we had a fantastic time in New York a couple of weeks ago, there were a couple of times I felt quite out of my depth there and quite stressed out and overwhelmed and basically needing to calm down. One of those times was when we were going to join the Marvel and DC tour on the Wednesday afternoon. And basically, I thought it started at the Rockefeller Center, but actually, it started at the United Nations building, which is quite far away from the Rockefeller Center. And yeah, so basically, I made us late for the tour and I was kind of stressing out because basically I hate being late for things. So we bought these New York passes, which basically gave us access to almost everything in New York, including these tours. And really, if we booked on a tour and then missed it, then we would have had to have paid the original money for the tour. Thankfully, we were able to catch up with it. And yeah, like Kieran was very, very helpful with that. I don't necessarily take this stress out on people, because I know that's unfair for me to do that. But it's not pleasant for the people around me, and it's not pleasant for me either. And I think it's just something I need help with. I think a lot of these YouTube videos that not just myself make, but like other people make, is basically sometimes people giving advice on how to manage certain things such as stress, anxiety, etc. But this video is kind of about me kind of asking for that advice from anybody who's watching this. Basically, this is because I've literally like no idea for things to try to help me manage stress. Like, I think because I don't force myself into stressful situations that often, like I don't really feel like I've really developed those coping strategies yet. But I think I just want something to have in mind or like a strategy to have in place for if those things or when those things happen. So basically the reason I'm making this video is to basically ask anybody out there what kind of coping strategies they may have for dealing with stressful situations. I'm pretty much open to trying almost anything to help me deal with stress better, as long as it doesn't like damage or endanger my health. So yeah, so basically like the use of alcohol and drugs, I'm not asking for that. So yeah, but yeah, like I think it's definitely something I do want to improve, just for like my own quality of life and for those around me, because the last thing I want is to basically hurt the people around me and push them away. Thank you very much for watching. Please leave in the comments any tips you may have for me to help me deal with stress better. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and until next time, keep smiling. I'm sorry that this is kind of not the usual like optimistic, happy version of myself that you might be used to seeing on this channel, but yeah, I just feel like it's kind of important to be honest with you guys about what's been going on and what's been on my mind, and something I really need help with. Okay.